Hi everyone, from me, Brent Graham of Good for the Game, and welcome to this Tour de France Stage 19 betting preview. It's the last dance in the mountains, two out-of-category climbs. You'll notice there that the route has actually changed. It's been a late change. We only got 95 kilometers instead of 129 kilometers, which I must say is a bit disappointing. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of our videos, and also give us a like if you do enjoy these previews. Stage 18 results. I expected a lot from stage 18, and in some ways it delivered. There was a lot of attacking riding early in the stage, but in the end it was almost like everyone was just too exhausted. And the final climb was actually a bit placidly ridden amongst the general classification contenders. But what a brute of a stage it was. And sometimes stages can almost be too tough. And maybe that was the case with this one with three out-of-category climbs. Anyway, I really thought that Pogačar and Vingegaard would end up fighting it out. But Ben O'Connor looked absolutely brilliant from the break, and he held on for quite a comfortable win in the end, 1 minute 45 ahead of Pogačar. Well done to Couch Critic. I happened to see a little betting slip of his. He was on O'Connor there at 80-1. Vingegaard in third. He did ride aggressively. Things went kind of as we predicted early in the stage. Milan got the early sprint, and then Visma certainly ramped things up on the Col de Madeleine. But the problem is they almost ramped it up too hard, and there was no support in the valley, and the GC guys eventually dropped back. So we had quite a bit of excitement up to that point. The final climb, a bit of a disappointment in my eyes. A decent ride by Roglic there. He was in the breakaway. He certainly caused some of the early action. And Oscar Onyu looked dead and buried at one stage, coming back very well to finish just behind Vingegaard. Adam Yates, I did say Pogačar would need a big ride from him, and he got it, no doubt about that. Right, let's quickly have a look at the yellow jersey. He extends his lead slightly, Pogačar to 426. He's 1-50 for the win. We won't spend too much time there. Maybe let's look at the top 10, though. First of all, 10th place, nearly half an hour behind. Unbelievable. I can't think we could have had that in many a year. Ben Healy, he battled a bit today. He's in 9th. But having a look at the podium position could get interesting because Lipowitz, he rode aggressively on stage 18, but he did struggle in the end, and you'll see Only's now within 22 seconds of him, and even Rogic has a chance of a podium finish. The green jersey races done and dusted if Milan can just stay on his bike. 332 points ahead of Pogačar at 257. 3% return on your money in 3 days. Well, you could do worse, but it is the Tour de France, so maybe don't do that because you never know, the guy could come short. Right, the King of the Mountains, Pogačar. I got excited. I had that 12-1 Vingegaard King of the Mountains, and I got a little bit excited when he took that penultimate climb. But in the end, Pogačar got more points on the final climb, and he's very much in control now, 1-4 shot, and he's 11-5, 16 points ahead of Vingegaard. Before we move off the stage, I must say my 14-1 treble actually hit, but the first leg was Arensman over Mas, and Mas, of course, abandoned. And then at Roglic over Lipowitz was a real roller coaster. Roglic was 2-3 minutes clear. Then Lipowitz was 2-3 minutes clear. But eventually, Roglic managing to hang on and beat him there. And the final leg, Woods over Martinez, I had to wait 37 minutes before Woods came in, and he beat Martinez by about 5 minutes to deliver a very healthy profit on the stage, I must say. Right, let's have a look at what should have been the route. And so we won't spend too much time on that. There's been a change, got something to do with some cow disease or something, and they don't want to upset the farmers. I don't know. Sometimes these decisions do baffle me. But anyway, we've got what we've got. We've got 95 kilometers. We're almost, we've got a 17 kilometer, it looks like about a 17 kilometer flattish section. And we then go straight up into the out of category Col de Prix. It's 12.6 kilometers, 7.8%. It's then onto a Cat 2 climb, 5.8 kilometers, 6.6, then a long descent and a valley floor. And then the final climb, which I see I've actually cut out there now. So I'm just going to go back to the previous slide. La Plania, 19.1 kilometers at 7.2%. So we pretty much come back in around about somewhere just before this first HC climb. So we're missing the first two climbs and also the sprint. There probably will be a sprint. Well, I'm sure there'll be a sprint. I'm just not too sure where they're going to put it yet. But that final climb is a pretty much a brute. But of course, the shortness of the stage means it's going to be nothing like stage 18 and what we had to, or what the riders had to endure there. Of course, we'll get a breakaway go, but this is going to be a very easy stage, in my opinion. Well, not easy, but it's going to be very controllable for UAE. Visma, you'd think they're going to ride aggressively again. I expect them to try and put quite a few riders in the break. I think UAE may do likewise. This is one of those stages, although it's short, you certainly could benefit from having a few guys with you coming down this descent and valley road into the final climb. Let's have a look then at the betting. A reminder that World Sports Betting have got their refund up to 5,000 Rand for a second place finish. This is at Bet Exchange. Pogačar even money. Vingegaard 8-1. Sepp Kusu, if he wins, he'll win from the breakaway. I'm sure they are going to stick him into the break at 12-1. Just to go back to the route there quickly, there's certainly going to be a good opportunity for strong guys to get in the break because we climb almost straight away in this stage. So certainly going to be no issues about some of the stronger men getting into the break on this one. Back to the betting, and we've got sort of 16-1, 18-1, and better the balance. Oh, gee, yeah, I'm tired, man. This is stage 18 took it out of me with the 3 out of category climbs. So what are we going to do? Well, I was considering Vingegaard again, but if I just looked at the way the race went today, Vingegaard looked pretty tired at the end. I can't look past Pogačar. I'll take him at even money, just 2 units down, but at World Sports Betting, so that if Vingegaard does pip him, we'll at least get that at even money. I can't see Pogačar letting another stage go. You know, it's been quite interesting. He's actually, from being criticized for being greedy, he is getting criticized now for not going for stage wins. And I think at the end of the day, it comes down to one simple thing. Almeida's abandoning the tour. If he was there, Pogačar would be able to ride a lot more freely and a lot more aggressively, but he's missing his number 1 lieutenant in the mountains, and he's had to ride, I believe, defensively. He's done a brilliant job and even taken a few seconds here and there to extend his lead. I think he's going to win the stage. Very controllable, as I said, and I think he will eventually sprint away from Vingegaard, perhaps winning it even by 20, 30 seconds. Right, I hit that treble, so let's take a double. I'm going for 2 outsiders here. Felix Gall over Lipowitz. Gall rode pretty well today, and Lipowitz, I don't know, he could have finished higher if he hadn't ridden such an aggressive race. So credit to him for that. But he might just be starting to take a little bit of strain as well. I think Gall, a bit of value there, 13-10. And Rogic over Onley. How they're going to use Rogic? Will he have to help Lipowitz? I know Couch Critic says Rogic waits for no man. And Onley, yeah, he made a brilliant recovery today, but how will he go the next day? Rogic has to be a little bit of value there at 19-10. That double, 5.67. That's it for now, folks. Just 2 stages to go after this. I'll be back late Friday night, early Saturday morning with stage 20, which should be quite a good stage to watch, but not really one that we're going to see any yellow jersey action. And then, of course, we got the newly revamped stage 21. Looking quite forward to that this year. We'll have that preview up as well. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on Friday night for the stage 20 preview.